Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vishnupat Param Savaraja Kacharya Stotra Shatas Divine Grace Abhachan and the Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Cham Vishnupat Param Savaraja Kacharya Stotra Shatas Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya PBD Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Nitya Guru Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Today we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 15, Text 40. Please repeat. Visritya tatra tatsarvam. Visritya tatra tatsarvam. Tukula valakyadikam. Tukula valayadikam. Nirmamo nirahankara. Nirmamo nirahankara. Sanchinna sheshabandhana. Sanchinna sheshabandhana. Visritya tatra tatsarvam. Tukula valayadikam. Nirmamo nirahankara. Sanchinna sheshabandhana. Visritya tatra tatsarvam. Tukula valayadikam. Visritya tatra tatsarvam. Tukula valayadikam. Nirmamo nirahankara. Sanchinna sheshabandhana. Matajas. Visritya tatra tatsarvam. Tukula valayadikam. Nirmamo nirahankara. Sanchinna sheshabandhana. Visritya tatra tatsarvam. Tukula valayadikam. Nirmamo nirahankara. Sanchinna sheshabandhana. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Maharaj Yudhishthira at once relinquished all his garments, belt and ornaments of the royal order, and became completely disinterested and unattached to everything. Purport. To become purified of material contamination is the necessary qualification for becoming one of the associates of the Lord. No one can become an associate of the Lord or can go back to Godhead without such purification. Maharaj Yudhishthira, therefore, to become spiritually pure, at once gave up his royal opulence, relinquishing his royal dress and garments. The kachaya, or saffron loincloth of a sannyasi, indicates freedom from all attractive material garments, and thus he changed his dress accordingly. He became disinterested in his kingdom and family, and thus became free from all material contamination or material designation. People are generally attached to various kinds of designations, the designations of family, society, country, occupation, wealth, position, and many others. As long as one is attached to such designations, he is considered materially impure. The so-called leaders of men in the modern age are attached by national consciousness, but they do not know that such false consciousness is also another designation of the materially conditioned soul. One has to relinquish such designations before one can become eligible to go back to Godhead. Foolish people adore such men who die in national consciousness. But here is an example of Maharaj Yudhishthira, a royal king who prepared himself to leave this world without such national consciousness. And yet he is remembered, even today, because he was a great pious king, almost on the same level with the personality of Godhead Sri Ram. And because people of the world were dominated by such pious kings, they were happy in all respects, and it was quite possible for such great emperors to rule the world. Om Agnanatimirandasya Krananchana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manabhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sakashatam Sahakanarakadam Vitam Tam Sachivam Sadvitam Savadutam Parichana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahakana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamshcha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhana Sate Devi Pranamame Hare Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhyava Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhya Vaishnavebhya Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, thank you for coming, and I beg the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas that despite my not being qualified to sit here, that somehow may be made to speak a few words in glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam, and if some time remains, maybe about Srila Prabhupada, because after all today is the most auspicious day of Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja, his divine appearance, to save all those conditioned souls like us. So in today's verse, we hear the description of Maharaj Yudhishthira, how he was completely detached from the kingdom, and not just from the kingdom, like we hear in the description, including all his personal clothes and all his belongings. So as soon as he learned that Lord Krishna had winded up his manifest pastimes here on earth, he immediately was completely detached and determined, okay, so now it's the right time to go back to Godhead. And we heard the previous verses, but at the same time it doesn't mean he didn't care about like his duties he had until that point as the king, as the emperor of the whole earth. But before that he had properly trained his grandson, Maharaj Parikshit in that case. And so it's like we discussed in previous classes about how we see in Srimad Bhagavatam those great kings as they were really great leaders, in contrast to nowadays when people just want to become so-called leaders just to exploit other people, other resources for their sense gratification, and thus what would they care about then what's happening after they lose their post. So whereas in Vedic times it's all about duty at least, of course ultimately for pure devotees like Maharaj Yudhishthira, it's about his devotion to Krishna, and he does it as devotional service, ruling the world. And so Prabhupada discusses about this contrast of someone being completely detached like Maharaj Yudhishthira, whereas generally conditioned souls, we're attached to all our possessions, to everything related to that. And he mentioned in this point that generally people we think others as great heroes, those who not only care about directly their family and themselves, but care about their nation, about die, for example, in a war or in some heroic deeds for their nation and national consciousness. But Prabhupada points out, obviously, that that's ultimately it's no better than any other designations, because anything else other than knowing oneself as the servant of the Lord is a temporary material designation, and only perpetuates our struggling material existence. So, yeah, we know the only real hero is Krishna, and so re-establishing our relationship with him is our only duty that we have. And yeah, and this, I was just thinking recently, I was reading in Chaitanya Charitamrita about King Prataparudra, and he's also an amazing example of someone being completely detached and fully determined to get the mercy of the Lord. Because, like, yeah, those of you who know the pastimes, it's so. The thing is that we know Lord Krishna in his most recent descent as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagavan Ki Jai. So yeah, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came in the form of living as a devotee. So and not only that, to fully give out his mercy, he also accepted the renounced order of sannyas, and he followed that very strictly, because he wanted to set an example to follow for others. That was, yeah, part of his mission, at least. And aside from obviously the internal reason of being able to relish the mood of a devotee, the mood of Srimati Radharani. And so in that way, as part of duty of a sannyasi is that he doesn't associate with any worldly man. But there was this king of Orissa, King Prataparudra, who was a great devotee of Lord Jagannath there. And when he had heard about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and had heard about that the greatest scholar of the time there, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, had also surrendered and got the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he called upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, asking him to please grant him an interview to the Lord, to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, but Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya explained to him, yeah, that's not possible at all, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is living as exhibiting the perfect role of a sannyasi, so he would never allow an interview with the king. After all, the king is very powerful, very wealthy, so he's like materially like the highest position you can get. So yeah, he actually even told him, not even in a dream, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would consider something like that. But still, he said, I would try, but right now I cannot, because actually at that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was still on his way in South India to fully give out his mercy. So, yeah, we know that's a famous South Indian tour, so much nectar to take from there. But yeah, for now, let's just focus on King Prataparudra. So when then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came back from South India, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya still did try to beg to grant an interview to King Prataparudra, but yeah, Mahaprabhu not only declined, but actually he even told Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that if you ever ask something like that again, you won't see me again. Like, I'll leave immediately. I'll leave Jagannath Puri for good. So obviously Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was greatly afraid of that and didn't try any further. But then there was at the same time something else was going on, namely that on his tour in South India, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had met the famous Ramananda Roy. Actually, on the advice of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he asked him to meet this devotee because he told him he's a really great devotee. No one knows mellows like he knows, and so we know they met, and there's those beautiful conversations that are there, so at that time. Mahaprabhu asked Ramananda Roy to please, that he always wants, because they had constant Krishna Katha when they met the whole night. Like for, I think first time when they met they stayed for 10 days, so 10 nights they discussed Krishna Katha. And so Mahaprabhu requested him that you please, I always want to do that, I don't want to leave your association, so please arrange that you can come to Jagannath Puri, because when I'll be back there then, that we can always engage in Krishna Katha in this way. And then, and then later, after Mahaprabhu continues his tour, then on his way back he again comes there, and Ramananda Roy informs him that he already requested the king, and sent a letter to him, and the king allowed him. So, and Mahaprabhu wanted to take him immediately with him, but Ramananda Roy said that he would come a bit later, he'll follow him soon, because he has like his whole... Ramananda Roy, after all, he was externally, his worldly position was also a minister, so he had like his whole entourage, elephants and like horses, all who would make a tumultuous sound, which he didn't want to, like not a nice way to travel for a sannyasi, so he said he'll come later, and then, so which means King Prataparudra, he immediately, because when Ramananda Roy requested him, he immediately allowed him to leave his post, and not only that, because he was himself eager already to get the mercy of Mahaprabhu. So he greatly appreciated. He was actually in ecstasy hearing, "Oh wow, you want to give up your work for me? Yeah, please do. It's in that you can dedicate yourself fully to the Lord." So he greatly encouraged him, and he even granted him a full pension, so to give full salary, although he wouldn't work anymore. And so when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he learned of that, he was like greatly pleased, obviously, with the king, but still he wouldn't have granted the interview right away. And Ramananda Roy also requested that Mahaprabhu describe to him how great the devotion of King Prataparudra is and everything. And the point I want to come to here is that, and in this one of these conversations, then with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya again with King Prataparudra, then King Prataparudra is at the point where he tells that one's life only becomes successful by getting the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So if I can't do that, then any my kingdom, my wealth, everything, it doesn't mean anything to me. So he even said that if he wouldn't get the mercy, then he would just give up everything and live as a mendicant. And Srila Prabhupada, the other Prabhupada points out that is the kind of determination that it takes to fully get the mercy, to have no other interest, no other consideration. Like imagine you're the king of a big country, so many dependents on you, everything, and but you don't think about, although you do your duty fully, but at the same time your only real focus is to get the mercy of the Lord. If you don't get that, then anything else doesn't mean anything to you. So that's what also Maharaj Prataparudra exhibited very beautifully. And so yeah, I'll keep this class a bit shorter today, because obviously we have the celebrations for Vyasaputra. So yeah, maybe I just say that, yeah, we know anything we have, we would have no chance whatsoever to come in contact, to really take up Krishna consciousness, if it were not for Srila Prabhupada's mercy. We read of all those great devotees and everything, how they got the mercy, but yeah, where are we? What qualification do we have? We don't have any. It's only Srila Prabhupada's mercy. And yeah, so if we just meditate a bit on, like especially on such a day, but yeah, we should do throughout the year, like how he not only gave us the knowledge so perfectly in the books here. Like when you read the purports, you feel like how much, not only knowledge, but how much love and care there is. Like he fully put his heart there, and because yeah, it's the highest knowledge, and we are such ignorant souls born in this material world. So how would we be able to understand Krishna, to understand anything about devotional service? It's only by by his mercy, and also in the form of like how how simple he explains it, pregnant examples he gives, and yeah, how he touches our heart. Like in the Prana Mantra, we say Bhaktivedanta. So I mean, it's his name also in the title. So I'm always thinking when I say that yeah, Srila Prabhupada, you are really, because Vedanta means like the full conclusion of the Vedas, and Bhaktivedanta. So no one else could have given this highest knowledge in such a brilliant, conclusive way like you, to reach out to the most fallen like us. And yeah, so that's, yeah, in the form of these books, that's what, it's like extremely important. The movement, it would never go on if it were not for the books. Like Prabhupada said, if everything crumbles, but someday someone will find a book and will again start everything, because everything is there. That's the way to understand fully, and to the foundation, how to teach others then as well, and build up everything. And then obviously then the other aspect, that not only he put it into the books, but also Srila Prabhupada himself, simply how, like, we know he's a pure devotee, he was fully empowered, but somehow by Krishna's mercy, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, the way he succeeded was like in such an amazing way, with like so many apparent I mean, not only apparent, in one sense, yes, it's not a real struggle, because he's a pure devotee, so he's always in ecstasy, absorbed in Krishna. But still, in CC, in one purport where the discussion is on when Mahaprabhu delivers some Buddhists who had challenged him, and he defeated them, and then they got upset and tried to retaliate, and so Mahaprabhu then actually tells the disciples of the Buddhist monk who was hit by the plate which the bird dropped, and thus he fell unconscious. So they took shelter of Mahaprabhu, and he told them, chant very loudly into his ear the holy name, and so then he woke up, and thus actually, so thus he also got the mercy, and all of them became devotees. But so there, Prabhupada says that so that's the point. Okay, sorry, maybe it comes back later. Okay, so yeah, we can simply by looking upon his life, what great. Oh yeah, sorry, that was the point. So I won't explain the whole thing, just getting to the point that Prabhupada makes there, that even though, because the Buddhists, they argue, one of the arguments is that the material world, it's actually false. And so Prabhupada says that, explains that it gives the analogy of like, we know, yeah, we are not this material body. So like, actually it has nothing to do with the soul, like all the, like pain of the body and all of that. But still even though it's not directly for the soul, but still still it is real, like bodily pain and everything. So, which means, even for a pure devotee like him, the pain is there. It's just that he might not worry about it. He's transcendental. He knows, okay, I feel it, like they do feel it, but they are fully absorbed in Krishna, and thus they just don't care about it. They care, okay, whatever it is, I do, because I do it for the pleasure of Krishna. So like that, so when we hear of what Prabhupada went through, we like obviously thinking just, he's pure devotee, so it doesn't really matter for him anyway, whatever he did. But no, he did have go through the pain. He did, endeavor very hard. But obviously, he was always transcendental, absorbed in Krishna. And so I think I'll wind up here. If there is any, I think we'll go on with the probing. Thank you for attending. Grantarachi Bhagavatam Ki.